Welcome to our video series on how to OptForce. If you are with one of our current client organizations, thank you for doing business with us. If not, we hope you soon will be. First, some disclaimers. This is a demo, so it uses fictitious data for illustration purposes only. If you are following along with your own workforce's version of OptForce, the data in this video will not resemble your data. In this tutorial, we will talk about the basics. This includes an overview of the OptForce web portal as well as how to make basic selections in the portal. So let's first get a general overview of the OptForce Analytics web portal. Once you log into the web portal using your authorized user credentials, you will automatically land on one of the pages of the analytics sections of the web portal. Most users will spend close to 100% of their time on this section. Here is a screenshot that shows 11 important areas of the analytics workspace. Number 1 at the top left shows the web address to your organization's OptForce portal. It should begin with www.myoptforce.com, myoptforce.com, followed by a slash and your company's identifying name. Number 2. On the top right displays your username and a drop-down menu with user functions such as the ability to change your password. Number 3 refers to the top ribbon of the workspace, which contains various buttons for moving between OptForce features such as the Analytics portal, browsing scenarios, creating a new scenario, and browsing plans. We will talk about those other features in a later video, but for now we will focus on the first button that refers to Analytics. Number 4 is a button located at the top left corner of the workspace that is used to make selection settings in the Analytics workspace. Number 5 refers to an area of the workspace that displays information about currently selected scenarios, including scenario order, scenario name, and scenario time span. Number 6 is a set of color-coded buttons at the top center of the workspace that allow the user to navigate directly to a desired dashboard topic page. The settings required by your organization determine how many topic pages are available to you. Number 7 displays the current topics pages title at the top right corner of the workspace. Number 8 refers to a left arrow button and a right arrow button that permit the user to navigate from one page to the next in either direction. Number 9 consists of the area on the left side of the workspace, which displays data related to the key metrics in a set of grids or tables. The key metrics directly refer to the current page's topic. For example, if you are in the retention analysis topic page, the key metrics will be directly relevant to retention and attrition data. Number 10 consists of the area on the right side of the workspace, which displays data in graphical form so that the user can visually analyze trends over time. Number 11 refers to buttons located on the top right corner of each grid or chart, which allow the user to expand a grid or chart for a more detailed view of the data. In this tutorial, we will begin with the most basic features related to the use of the Analytics portal. We will specifically learn how to make 3 basic selections. 1. Selecting timelines for your data. 2. Selecting frequencies for visualizing the data. And 3. Selecting scenarios. We make all selections in the Analytics portal by clicking on the Selections button on the top left corner of the workspace. This opens the selection panel, which displays all the available data about the workforce, including timelines, display frequencies, scenarios, and role-based and demographic employee attributes. The number and type of these attributes will vary from one organization to another. Now we will learn how to make our first selection. We will select the timeline or time span we want for the data. At the top of the selection panel, you will see a double slider control, highlighted by the red circle, which allows you to select the time span for the data to be displayed. The oldest and newest dates for which data are available are displayed directly to the right of the slider control. Next, we will select a display frequency. Data can be displayed monthly, quarterly, or annually in the dashboard. At the top of the selection panel, there are 3 radio buttons, highlighted here by the red circle. One for each display frequency. Only one button can be selected. One of the most useful features in OptForce is the ability to select, compare, and evaluate different scenarios. OptForce scenarios give our users the ability to ask what-if questions about their workforce, people strategies, and talent investments, and get an answer that is insightful and actionable. First, we will select a historical scenario. This particular scenario contains the historical actuals data, in other words, what really happened in the past and up to today. We select the scenario by clicking on the appropriate scenario name, and then clicking the Apply button. This applies your selections to the dashboard and displays the desired data, in this case, the historical actuals for your workforce. Now, we will select a predictive scenario. Predictive scenarios display forecasts of workforce demand and supply based on different assumptions about your people investments in retention, recruitment, and mobility, as well as the strategic plans and goals of the organization. We select a predictive scenario by opening the selection panel and clicking on the desired scenario name. We then click the Apply button to display data related to the predictive scenario we selected. OptForce makes it very easy to display data for multiple scenarios side by side so the user can compare and contrast their results. Just open the selection panel, click on the scenarios you want to display, and then apply your selections. In this case, we have selected to display data from historic actuals right next to data from a baseline predictive scenario. We will talk about what goes into a scenario in a later video. You will now see 2 columns instead of just one in all of the key metrics grids. The first column corresponds to historic actuals. The second column corresponds to the predictive scenario, which contains a forecast of the future workforce. Similarly, in the graphs, the left area contains bars and lines that correspond to historic data displayed alongside predictive data. This allows the user to visually analyze trends and detect and anticipate changes in those trends expected in the future. It is just as easy to select multiple predictive scenarios in order to test different assumptions about your future workforce. Just click on the appropriate scenarios, apply your selections, and look at the results. You will again see the key metrics arranged into different columns, one for each scenario. Now, however, you will see that the bars and lines in the chart area will display data for one scenario interspersed with data from the other scenario. This is because the horizontal axis represents time, and both scenarios share a similar time span. If you forget which scenarios the references S1 and S2 refer to, just look at the area directly to the right of the selection panel button, and it tells you which is which. We hope you enjoyed learning about the basics of how to OptForce. We invite you to learn more in our next tutorial, where we'll talk about data filtering and splitting capabilities. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this because it's going to make your life an awful lot easier. Until next time, take it easy.